major feature of snake body is in power generation. A lot of the Fujigong are about power generation and getting power in multiple different ways. So in this one we would call it power without crossing the spine. So power can come up on one side and then come out on the same side. Whereas power crossing the spine would be like I push with this foot and it comes out this hand. So with this, it's like I push up with these feet and it comes out on the same side. So that's the kind of power generation we're going for here, with this circle coming up and over. Now, the twist I want to add to this is we're going to add feet into the equation. Because this is normally done as just a standing drill where we generate power into our hands, but we need to generate the same kind of force into our feet. So the idea, right, when I do this undulation is I need to get my weight in my hands where my barrel would be and where I'd be contacting my opponent. Because I want them to deal with that weight as I'm throwing my techniques at them. But I need to also do the same thing with my legs. So doing it with a stepping drill would essentially be like this. So you can say, even if I take my hands out of the equation now, it's the same undulation motion and it's the same kind of power. It's just allowing the hips to move the feet in the same way the hips are moving my hands. My Kung Fu brother Stanley, when he taught me this, he called it taking our exercises for a walk. We shouldn't just have our exercises exactly as they are and leave it that way forever. We should always be willing to experiment. So the exercise is normally just done in place. But then how can we learn to generate that same kind of power into the legs while we're moving? Because we're not going to be fighting standing still. We're going to be fighting while we're moving, right? We have to learn to do this in movement itself. So the idea of this, right, is I come, I crash down, and then this goes into that back leg, and this comes over top, right? So it's just bam, bam, bam. It also shows how the whole circle is part of the motion, not just the punching, right? So as you punch, there's this slapping over power that's pulling you in as I kick through, and then boom, all that follows over. The idea is if you go to thrust a knee, right? This is the scissor action here, where I'm getting my wrist out of the way of your thrust as I attack at the same time. I can do that while coming to the other side as well, where I flip like this. So this is the upwards mow, and then the other one, like if you go to thrust, I can throw from over the top of the kind of saw action, right? And then left and right, up and down. It's all about essentially getting your wrist out of the way while attacking at the same time. Hip to hip. And even let it turn your body, right? Getting into different angles and positions with your opponent puts you into different scenarios that you wouldn't have noticed before. So let's say like he punches in, right? And I step past here, like we'll say like I missed here, and then boom, right? Normally I would like to be here, right? But here, I'm in another position where now I have this armbar here, right? So as I throw that motion, it will essentially, the entire force of my body twisting will get that armbar, and let's say it doesn't work, so I just continue that motion down. You okay?
Yep.
So just turning that joint and then throwing your body through it. That's the falling and drunken body. Forward, side, side, forward, side, side, forward, side, side, forward, side. So, our final version of the Lotus stepping. We've done making our way forwards, we've done making our way back, making our way leftward, making our way rightward, and spinning. All of that together is where the Lotus stepping really starts to make sense. So as we're going to do this exercise now, we're going to add twists and turns, we're going to go forward and back, right? All around, we're going to pick a destination, try to make our way towards that destination as we're twisting and turning, switching and going back and forth. And you can really see how Lotus stepping is no longer just a, I'm doing this as I face my opponent, and where I'm looking very cool and kung fu-y, but rather, this is my getting in and out of range, right? If he's advancing, I gotta make my way back. If he's running away, I gotta stumble my way forward as he's trying to sneak around me, I'm trying to head off the pass, maybe turn to face him, right? It becomes a big bobbing, weaving, moving and flowing with your opponent kind of drill. So that's where it all starts to really make sense. So try to work, pick a destination, make your way there, but making sure to twist and turn on your way as if you're fighting an actual opponent who's moving in tandem with you. So you gotta keep up with them, but not get too close to where he could do something terrible to us. So if he's coming in, we might dodge back, right? And the hands are there to protect ourselves as well as to attack, right? These are serving as our moving guard. So it's not just a stationary position where they can then know where our guards are and know how to come in. But we just keep this constantly moving, so they have to keep guessing where they can come in. All the while we're trying to make our way around and into them. Right? We're gonna reach around and grab, like we're grabbing towards our fist. We're gonna twist, and we're gonna step forward with our left foot into X step, and we're gonna smash both hands on the ground. And then we're gonna bring our weights to the back foot. We're gonna block across to the right with both hands. We're gonna step behind with the left, and then take a drink with the right as we extend for the toast. And then from there, we're gonna step forward with the left foot into spinning wine. Yeah. And then we're going to change both hands into phoenix eye fists. So they're bracing behind the knuckle. And then you stab, stab. After we like get this whole hidden, right? You go to punch. And this might hit here. So here is my lock. And then here is my throw, right? So that whole twist there is like, I'm getting around his neck and I'm slamming him down on the ground.
Stir that water. Yeah. There you go. See, that's how you get them. It's those changes. If they're not changing fast enough, then they'll get caught.
Right? It might be that I get here, and now I have to deal with that other hand. So I'm like, whoa, I don't want that. I want to get out of that way, right? So the idea is as you punch, I block here, but then I try to change gates so I can get you here or get you here. Right? Either way, it's just I change gates by hooking and pulling to the side. So that's kind of the idea with that. And as we already know from spitting wine, right? As you punch at me, right? You get this lock, I send you in the air, and then this is the follow-up as you're sent in the air. Bam, bam, right?